In the next 5 years, this world is going to end. And I know that sounds pretty blunt. That sounds pretty tragic. That sounds pretty heavy for you to guys to understand. But I'm just being real. All right. Humanity as we see it now is in a state of chaos. It's in a state of difference, in a state of just absolute, just, I don't know how to explain this. That's exactly what it has came to. Humanity is just not, it's just not, it's just not it. It's just not it. Me just stuttering in that sense right there just shows to you that it's not it. The world is going to end in the next 5 years. And to be quite honest with you, I'm quite being generous right now. I mean, I don't even think this even has 3 years or two, you know? I'm surprised we even made it this far due to the fact that there's just been so much chaos, whether it's politically, whether it's racially, whether it's systematically, whether it's all these different factors that plays into this planet or to just humans in general. It is just ridiculous. It's like, what exactly has this world come to? And I can't put the blame completely on humans. Obviously, there's other things that happen naturally, such as hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, etc. Natural disasters, of course. But for the most part, humans are the ones that have turned this beautiful planet that we call Earth into a dump. And obviously, you could argue that, yes, sometimes you need to do things to survive and, just certain things has to be done in order to really advance this planet and advance the world, advance humanity. Cool. But at what cost? Because at that period of time that we have been alive for as humans, a lot of things has been completely destroyed, whether it's just habitats that animals used to stay in, whether it's the animals itself. It's just so many different things that has just been completely decimated due to humans' doings, and they will never be able to recover because of it. It's just ridiculous. And not only that, but just the systems that have been put in place by humans, specifically men, because, a lot of things are man-made, which is exactly why we see these problems being made. Because if it was a woman doing all these things, I see it being way more different. But then again, obviously, tyrannical, pridefulness, etc., it doesn't just change with gender, though, or sex. But again, I don't know. It's just humans in general are very interesting creatures, very malicious creatures, very vicious, but communicative, social. There's a lot of things humans are, you know? And one thing we are for certain is flawed. Because at the end of the day, humans are not perfect. They are mortals and they are going to die one day, you know? Everybody has a destined due date that they have to succumb to. But it's because of that humans are able to push so far, because they have to survive through weather and conditions. They have to survive to eat. They have to survive to sleep. They have to survive to do all sorts of things. But also there's things like greed. There's things like lust. There's things like pride. And there's things like wrath that just continues to happen throughout history, you know? And a lot of things that happen throughout history, whether it's rape, whether it's murder, genocide, whether it's just people trying to act like they're the king, tyrants, and just all these other factors that plays into it. And we would never see the world even try to even become better, or humanity in general to become better, if all these things are still here. The seven deadly sins, which is lust, pride, greed, all these other sins that obviously plays a part. But these are just the main ones that clearly sparks a lot of things within society. So, like I said, until humans come to a conclusion, come together, put their differences aside, which I don't really see happening. I don't see racism going away. I don't see misogyny going away. I don't see homophobia going away. I don't see any of these things going away because they have been so embedded into the culture, into humans, that they have no choice but to follow these, but to succumb to these. It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. And there's just a lot of world leaders that are so corrupt that are just, taking over. And there's a specific group of people that obviously control everything. I guess you know who they are. They start with a J, but yeah. You know what? I'm not even going to do all that though. Obviously, if hopefully this reaches the right audience, all I want to say is this point of the video right here is not to judge anybody. It's not to judge humans. Obviously, who am I to judge people? I'm not a perfect saint myself. But I'm just saying I'm just making this video to really just bring awareness, honestly, and to really understand and really put into perspective on how, ridiculous this world has pretty much just gotten to. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Hope y'all have a great day. See y'all later.